So you're looking to type faster. Maybe the average 40 words per minute just isn't cutting it for you anymore. Or maybe you just want to warm up your vocal cords after a long typing session by yourself. Well, you're in luck because there's a way to write a lot faster. Last semester I had an assignment that needed me to type almost 8,000 words. And you know, that's a couple words. I was wondering how long this was going to take me, so I assessed my typing speed. While maintaining a decent accuracy rate, my typing speed was about 65 words per minute. Now I thought I was a hot shot, you know, above average, ready to go, until I did some math, and if I were to just type straight on 65 words per minute, to get my whole assignment done, it was going to take me about 123 minutes to do my assignment. And when thinking about it, I knew that this didn't include time to proofread or make corrections to what I was typing. Not to mention to do the research in order to answer the questions correctly, which meant I was going to be sinking in a lot more than 2 hours. And I don't know about you, but that sounds exhausting. So I was looking for a way to cut down on this time. And after thinking about it for a little bit, I decided that I was going to try and use dictation. Once I started doing that, I started progressing a lot faster than my 65 words per minute. If you're interested in knowing how fast you type, there's a lot of free websites that I can link down below. One good thing I would say about dictation is that it's available on most platforms. The most common one that I would say is accessible for most people is on mobile. Android and iOS devices both offer dictation features. On iPhones, in most apps, you'll find that the dictation button is on the bottom right and it looks like a microphone. This is something that you can use in Word, Google Docs, or the Apple Notes app. And for Pixel and Android devices, you'll find that the same looking microphone icon is available, however, it's on the top right of the keyboard. But given that a lot of people do their work on computers, I'll talk about the Mac and Windows versions of dictation also. If you're looking to start dictation on a laptop, just make sure that you have built-in microphones, which most laptops these days do. If you're on a desktop, you want to make sure that you have a microphone or you won't be able to use it. On a newer Mac, you'll find that the dictation button is already on the keyboard. And this works mostly okay for a majority of apps. However, in my experience, I found that the mobile version of dictation actually works a lot better because there are times where dictation on Mac just like randomly stops or has issues regarding when it'll stop or where the dictation microphone appears. Overall though, on Mac, I would say that dictation works best in the native apps as you would expect. On older Macs, you won't find this dedicated button. However, the default shortcut is to press the function button twice. If this doesn't work well for you, then in the keyboard settings of your Mac, you can change it to something like pressing either of the command keys twice or something else. I didn't have the chance to check them all, but the Windows laptops that I looked at didn't have a dedicated dictation button either. So on Windows, if you want to start dictation, it's the Windows button and then the H key. Dictation is so much faster that in some cases, researchers have found that it can be up to 7 times faster than typing. And thinking about that, that's crazy. Because suddenly my 8,000 word paper turns into a 17.5-minute project. So that's what I did. My 8,000 words were done in less than 18 minutes. I just submitted that assignment and called it a day. Well, I'll have to let you know that's not exactly how it went. Because while my laptop camera saw this is what I got. And because of that, I had to slow things down a bit. Not to mention that I still have to proofread and do the research in order to make sure that the answers are right. Overall, I would say that I still was able to complete my paper in less time than I would have if I had typed it. So with this in mind, why doesn't everybody use dictation all the time? Well, there are a lot of cases where this just may not work out for your workflow. For example, the paper that I had was a science paper. And while basic dictation works pretty well, some of the science words just don't get picked up. Typeracer. Not to mention that for other tasks like coding where you have a lack of spaces in between some words or you have other characters like brackets or otherwise, it may be a little bit more tricky with just basic dictation measures. But this isn't to say that there aren't solutions to these problems. As for the coding, I've seen that there are some software companies looking to fix this issue. And as for dictating science words, I know that doctors have their own special dictation that supports the medical terminology that they need to use, and in some cases there's dictation dictation software that's specific for their specialty. With this being said, there's another issue that stops people from using this all the time, and that's the fact that their language might not be supported. This is because most dictation software only supports these languages. One other thing that might stop people is that most dictation is internet based. So if someone has a task where they don't have internet, it's likely not going to be very helpful. The Windows dictation actually let me use it without internet, and the only words it really supported for me were K and a period. So unless that's what you're looking for, that's not going to help you very much at all. Other than that, I think it works pretty well, and I hope that you might be able to include it in your workflow also, as I use it for almost any assignment that I can. That's been it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Thank you.